Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a 4v4 sent to me at falconpaladin@gmail.com here on Void Zone. This might be the first time I've cast a game on this map. Trying to remember, it does seem vaguely familiar, but maybe not. In the top right side of Void Zone, we have the red team, represented by the red Protoss player Frozen Solid, the red Terran player Apollo, the other red Protoss player Pacchioli, and a red Zerg player whose name is MidRank. MidRank, sure, MidRank. Bottom right side of the map is represented by the blue Zerg player creative name. The blue Protoss player Ulzmedga. Holy smokes, you need more vowels in that name. Ulzmedga. Wow, we're going to call you L. The other blue Zerg player ZX, Vulcan XZ. And the blue Protoss player Overmind. Oh, come on. Your name's Overmind? You're playing Protoss? You're just trying to mess with my head right now? Sometimes that happens. Players do things to mess with my head specifically. They choose the name thinking to themselves, one day I'll play a game and Falcon Paladin will cast it and it will confuse him mightily. And they laugh and laugh and laugh. Okay, so this is not a mono battle. Players can make whatever the heck they want in this team game today. Again, it's a 4v4. I don't know what level these players are. I'm going to put it at about a mid-rank madness. That's kind of where we tend to average out in 4v4. There's just not many, hey, we're all bronze in 4v4, and really not many, hey, we're all GMs in 4v4. So we're going to fall in the middle, somewhere between gold and master level in this one. Walling off big time is Team Red. They are super worried about Ling rushes, but guess what? My MidRank is all by himself over here and super susceptible to rushes, which is why this pool is out early, which is why there's not an early expand. Just in case Team Blue and their double Zerg is going to murder things. But you know what? They're not. That's a quick lair by Vulcan, actually. Are they both one-basing it? Alright. Maybe I take this back. Maybe. I don't know. Is this mid-rank madness? Who are these Zergs that are all one-basing? Look, I understand why MidRank would want to one-base it. There are two Zergs out there. If they both early pool, you're dead. You hopefully have some kind of defense in the early game against that. Some early Lings are better than having nothing. Meanwhile, player here has a spawning pool, has an extractor. That's approximately it. He's starting to float a ton of minerals. He's going for a lair as well off of one base and one extractor. At least Vulcan has two extractors and two spine crawlers. I don't know why you need these many spine crawlers. This wall is pretty good from our blue player Lz. I was going to call him L, right? This is L. This is L, which reminds me of the anime Death Note, which is pretty good. Pretty good stuff for the most part. Have some complaints, but you know what? I have complaints about everything that I ever watch or read. It's kind of in my nature to be critical of stuff. Some might say it's my gift, others might say it is my curse. Overmind is getting a Stargate for Team Blue here. Gateway Twilight Council out of Pacchioli on Team Red. And Twilight Council for Frozen Solid as well. So this could be just like a mass Adept play or a mass Blinkstalker play. That'd be interesting to see as well. And look at these quick lairs from these Zerg players. Who are these players that are going one base lair in team games? Don't get it at all. MidRank, it's MidRank. I guess it could be Mini Aaron, if depending on how you look at it. Mini Aaron? I'm gonna say MidRank. It just feels better. Does have an expansion coming up to finish that sentence. Roach is out for MidRank, defending this front door as well against the Ling incursions that are not going to come. Team Blue has exactly 0 attacking units for the Zergs. Actually, for anybody. Team Blue has no attacking units, you guys. Nothing. There are 2 queens. And everything else is workers in this game. This is the least rushy 4v4 I've ever seen. Overmind expanding in the bottom left here. That makes sense. He's kind of on his own over here. Might as well expand and try to make something happen. Oh, Vulcan's expanding. Team Blue Zerg finally getting an expansion base out there. And player going to do it as well. Over here. Kind of out and exposed. This is probably the scariest place to expand so far from these teams. Is he double expanding? Or is he scouting right now? Where are these drones going? Oh, they're expanding way over here on the left side. I guess they're probably harder to scout for Team Red. Team Red's going to be like, we expect expansions on the right side of the map. No! They're on the left! Ha 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 ha. Void Rays on the way for Overmind. L's probably trying to get there too, but spent a lot of money on cannons early, so the attack is going to be slow. Dark Shrine on the way for Frozen Solid, our red Protoss player. And Resonating Glaives coming up for both of our red Protoss players, so that makes sense. But a Dark Shrine Frozen Solid, and Pacquioli is getting a Stargate of his own. Another Stargate because he already has Phoenix production beginning here. So Adept Phoenix coming out of here in a team game. I don't know if I've seen this before. We'll see if it'll work out. We'll see if it will work out indeed. In fact, we have Siege Tanks in production for Cronut. Just kidding. It's Apollo representing Cronut. Archons maybe for Frozen Solid, or just DTs wandering around places. DTs could be pretty good. I'm not seeing much detection inside the main bases of anybody's base. You got to get through this front wall first, but dropping them seems to make sense. Quick Muta. Quick Muta for Vulcan. 5-minute Muta is not bad. I'm not going to complain about that. Minyuran's in a lot of trouble here. Well, 2 queens against 6 Mutas? Yeah, I think the queens are dead. Help! Help, other queen, come! Oh, too late. Too late indeed. I'm going to kill some of these drones. Ravagers are like, we got this. We got this. We are Ravagers. No. Oh, Corrosive Bile might actually hit, though. Dodge! Dodge! Like your life depends on it, because it does. Oh, did he hit his own drone? I think he hit his own drone with a Corrosive Bile. Minyuran's in a ton of trouble right now. The Mutas showed up way earlier than anticipated, trying to Corrosive Bile them to death, but the Micro is good enough. Oh, and the Void Ray follow-up from Overmind. Oh, no. Void Rays kill the Phoenix. Mutas, run for your lives. The Phoenix will kill you so quickly. And they are running. Oh, they're going to turn around and try to fight against one of the Phoenix. There are 3 Phoenix here. Void Rays, go help. Go help. All the Mutas are going to die. I guess the Mutas are sacrificing themselves. So this main base of Minyuran will die. Corrosive Bile going to hit. Ooh, there it is. There's a nice hit. And no, Void Rays, you got this. You got this, Void Rays. No, 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 no. The Phoenix have the same range as you, so you can hit them all the live long day. They barely tickle you. Right? They don't do any extra damage versus you because you're not light units. Don't chase them around. Just kill the base, and if the Phoenix come over, so be it. So be it. Corrosive Bile is trying to hit these Void Rays. Pretty good dodging since that first hit. Overmind not doing too poorly with that one. A bunch of Stalkers are gone. Frozen Solid going to lose his main base, or expansion base rather, pretty darn quickly as well. Mass Void Ray in team games is just really great. As it turns out, Dark Templar trying to land here in player's main base, but there is detection. There's a Spore Crawler, and there are Mutalisks and Spine Crawlers, and those DTs die extremely quickly. Extremely quickly. Finally, the Void Rays decide that the Ravagers are more of a nuisance. And I think Minyuran's dead at this point in the game. 7 minutes into the game. Did not account for the quick Muta and the quick Void Ray attack. That main base is toast. I mean, does have an expansion over here. There are some Spore Crawlers, but this is 6 Void Rays. That's a lot of Void Ray with no attack upgrades. I'm not. Are there some coming? Do you think? I do. Maybe. Is that Overmind? It is. Okay, so he's getting air weapons level 1. It's pretty nice stuff. Mutas for player trying to fly around and do stuff, but it's just it's hard for a Muta in this game right now. Minyuran's expansion base gonna die. Don't be scared away by a single Spore Crawler. Don't you even think about doing that. Supply blocked Minyuran? Heck no. 11 supply total means you're not supply blocked. Void Rays, say come back here, Phoenix. Come back so we can kill you. Dude, murder this queen. Do not run. Do not run. Do not try to kill these Phoenix. Finish off the Zerg player. Finish off the Zerg player. Yes. Yes. Finishing off. We're going the wrong way to finish off the Zerg player. Finishing off the Phoenix is pretty good too. Yeah, I mean, at this point, if you just kind of hold still, and every time the Phoenix get in range to even hit you with anything, you smack them in the face with your what is this ability even called? The Prismatic Beam. Oh, that makes sense. Prismatic Beam and Prismatic Alignment. A lot of Overlords dying for our Red Zerg player, but again, not supply blocked because only 10 supply. 10 out of 14 at this point. Void Rays say, all right, Phoenix, if you're not going to bother with us, dude, if you don't finish off the Zerg player and he comes back and wins, I'm going to be super upset with you. You have this. You have this in the bag. Phoenix trying to actually poke the bear a little bit here. They're going to kill a Void Ray. They kill the Void Ray because the Void Rays refuse to turn around and fight. This Void Ray player, man. Well, now he turns around with one of his Void Rays, I guess, to save the 2 that managed to escape. I suppose that's what it was. Vulcan now switching up to Lurkers. Switching up to, is that speed? That is Baneling speed and a Nidus network from Vulcan as well. All right. That's moderately interesting. Suppose, okay, so Minyuran's not dead, and Minyuran should be dead. I'm going to point that out several times over the next whatever minutes of this game is left over. Adepts for Frozen Solid are way down here on the south side of the map. They're watching probes just get past them. They have resonating glaives. This is exactly what you're existing for, is to kill probes and drones and things. There we go. Moving in here to player's expansion. There's a single Spine Crawler But I believe you can handle it, or just stay out of the range. Oh, there's a cannon up on the high ground too, though. And there are Void Rays. Things went really bad for the Adepts all of a sudden. They were doing super well. And then cannons and slowlings and Void Rays, and they're all just pretty much dead. At this point in time, Hydra is getting in on the action too. Ow, that hurt. All right, Phoenix group trying to kill the Void Rays. But again, if Hydra's on the ground, that's just a bad combination. But they did manage to get to a spot where the Hydras can't reach them. I'm liking this from Pacquioli, just being annoying with the Phoenix. How many Phoenix have died? I wish I could tell, but I can't. I can't because this is a team game. Apollo throwing down 1,000,000 Widow Mines at player's expansion base here, actually killing a Void Raid. Look at this massive Widow Mine out of Apollo. Who saw that coming? Probably someone who was watching the production tab a little more closely than I was. Vulcan has an expansion coming up here as well. Retaking his main base is MidRank. MidRank has been given a second lease on life, and he is making excellent use of it. Frozen Solid coming in with his Stalkers. They do have Blink, so Blink Stalkers was a correct prediction after all. Nidus Worm. Oh, Nidus Worm coming up on Vulcan's side of the map. Dude, why are you Nidusing here? I guess it's a way to get reinforcements down to your expansion quickly. Otherwise, it is kind of a long run. Fine, but I'd like to see Nidus Worms on the other side of the map at some point, if that is agreeable to you, Mr. Vulcan. Rawr, says the Nidus Worm. I don't care anything you have to say. +2 flyer attack on the way from player here. Stalkers coming into L's expansion base, blinking under these Void Rays. But there are Mutas too. Get them, Stalkers. The Void Rays are not interested in actually attacking here, which is a problem, but there are enough Void Rays to chase them away. Anyway, the Phoenix is going to go after these Mutas with a vengeance, but Void Rays defending them as well. So decent teamwork so far, I would say. Woo, Widow Mines firing, killing some Mutas. Lucky shot there. And did Team Red is throwing down a Nidus network in Vulcan's base. Vulcan's expansion base, and L has a base back here as well. Oh, what's going to come out? What's going to come out of that stuff? Is this seriously MidRank doing a Nidus network? Oh, just kidding. It was Vulcan's Nidus Worm. I thought that was red. Did that show as red on the minimap? I feel like it did. Rats. That is not what that was at all. Vulcan just wants quick transfer between his bases, which I don't feel is unreasonable whatsoever. Overseer getting destroyed by these here Widow Mines. That was a little ironic, right? They were there to detect, and instead they got killed by the thing they were there to detect. So every base has been taken so far in this game, except for this gold base along the left side. Closer to Team Red's base than Team Blue's. As it turns out, the Widow Mine's getting cleared out by Void Rays. Void Rays for the Overmind back. MidRank, hope you said your prayers, because this is going to be the end of you. The Lair getting attacked, the spawning pool dying as well. Poor MidRank. That is so frustrating. I've been in this spot. You almost die in a team game, and you manage to claw your way back and get your worker count back up to a respectable level. And then, as soon as you feel like maybe I can actually contribute to this game, you just get murdered by 1,000,000 units that come and destroy you. Such a bad feeling. Stalker Phoenix, though, against these Void Rays, not bad. Not bad, as it turns out. Where's this Nidus? A Nidus Worm from Vulcan coming up right in the middle of all of this action. All the Void Rays by Overmind are just getting destroyed here, though. So many dead units. The Nidus Worm is allowed to erupt. Took a shot from those Stalkers, but that's about it. Hydras. Oh, the Mutas finished it off, though, as soon as 4 Hydralisks made it out, which is pretty good if you're going to attack long-distance mining drones. As it turns out, these dudes, another Nidus Worm erupts in the exact same place. Vulcan knew that was going to happen. So MidRank's out. He's like, yeah, I got nothing. I got nothing. There's a whole big Zerg army here now. I've been dealing with Protoss stuff this entire game so far. Got a Corruptor Mutalisk group for player here. Our blue Zerg player. Dude, get over here and take this base down. Caustic Spray? Caustic Spray! Sort of Caustic Spray. Yes, finally. Caustic spraying that. Hydra's going after Apollo's base. It's not a planetary fortress for reasons I don't understand. If you're going to put a base out in the middle of nowhere, you definitely want it to be a planetary fortress. Corruptors, yeah, the Corruptors are like, what up, Phoenix? Bring it. Bring it, yeah, Phoenix. All right, so MidRank's down to nothing. He's out at this point. I don't think he has enough, nope, not enough money to build another base, and he's left the game anyway. Although somebody could control him. Somebody could possibly control him and rebuild another base if we gave him some money. You could do that, right? That doesn't matter. You're sharing the money. Sharing it at this point. Another Nidus Worm up here for Vulcan. I like what Vulcan's doing with his Nidus Worms. He's just popping them up wherever. No big deal. We got this thing. We are making the Nidus. says Vulcan. Lings are running up manually across the map. Oh, it's just a way for Vulcan to get home. He's hopping back inside the Nidus Worm. You might need them for a battle, though. Lings trying to run somewhere. Where are you going? Oh, these Zerglings are walking right into one of Frozen Solid's expansions. This is kind of my style right here. Just sending Ling counterattacks across the map at all times to kill units and kill workers, and eventually that might lead to a win if you kill enough of them. And your teammates are good at macroing. That is kind of more my style. Yeah, so every base has been taken. Oh, just kidding. This one as well. So these two bases along the left side, not quite on the top, not quite where Minyerin was, but just below, where he would have expanded if he'd lived long enough to tell the tale. So Team Red has a lot of Phoenix, which as the time goes on, I'm not sure how effective they're going to be. Frozen Solid has Immortals and Stalkers. +1/+1 done, but not +1 armor, +1 shields. Surprisingly enough. Ling's trying to get up there and murder stuff at Frozen Solid's expansion again, but there are enough Stalkers here to take down a small army. That's not going to work. Big old Marine Ball here for Apollo with tanks. At the same time, these Hydras, no. That's a lot of tank, man. +2 attack on the tanks as well. That's a lot of dead Hydralisks. Vulcan in a ton of trouble. Void Ray is back here at Frozen Solid's expansion, but fully like 40 Phoenix just got rid of that one pretty well at the same time. The Void Rays for L now trying to get rid of Apollo's army of Marines and Marauders. +2/+2 and stim on those dudes. Look out, tanks. Prismatic alignment will kill you so fast, but guess what? Big old Phoenix group and the Marines coming to assist with no health because they have one medevac healing them right now. Stalker's taking down what was left of this blue army forward with the Nidus Worm. So many dead Void Rays. So many dead Void Rays in this game. Overmind has lost 14,000 resources, which is basically double anybody else. I mean, Vulcan's lost 9,000, so that's the closest. And Frozen Solid's lost 8. Banelings coming in here. Good target firing, though. These units are very low on HP. If they get hit by those Banelings, they will die instantly. Marauder or no Marauder. Some Zealot run-by attempts here from Frozen Solid. Oh, you know what? They got through the gauntlet, okay. They got through the cannon gauntlet. Now they're going to go after pylons and all of these Stargates that L is working on here. Ping, ping, ping. There's something happening over here. Somebody come save us. Is the plea. Please, someone come save us. Not doing it. Nobody coming to save you. These Zealots are having way too much effect. Void Rays, yo, come back and save your own buildings. There we go. Prismatic alignment does not work on them because the Zealots are not armored, but still kills them fast enough anyway. Just totally fine. Void Rays flying through from Overmind, trying to see if there's anything left from Minyerin. There is not. The final remaining drones from Minyerin actually will live because the Phoenix Cloud is here. How many Phoenix is this? This is 28. Okay, it's 28 Phoenix. Did he lose some? No, that's just 28. 324 plus. Okay, that is. All right. My maths are struggling. Overmind says, go, go, go. Where's he going to go? Broodlords are out for player. I'm liking this one. Broodlord Corruptor, a pretty darn good combination. A lot of Corruptor, too. That's probably, yeah, there's about 28 Corruptors as well with +2 attack and +1 armor. Wonderful, wonderful news. So Team Red working it together right now. Throwing the Broodlings down, but an army from Apollo showing up as well. Frozen Solid and Apollo working together here. Marines getting rid of the Void Rays pretty darn easily. Man, Void Rays die so fast to Marines, especially if they have the upgrades. +3 attack is useful, but the Broodlords pretty much unopposed. At this point, Stalkers coming down at the same time for Frozen Solid along this left side. Broodlords chasing everything down, but here come the Phoenix. Can the Phoenix get rid of them? No! Can't do it. There are Void Rays here. There are Corruptors here. The Corruptors are getting drawn away from the Broodlords. Pull back to safety. Pull back to what you're protecting. Frozen Solid says I can attack those Broodlords directly, although you probably could with these Blink Stalkers, but that's fine. Killing bases of player are going to be just cool as well. L losing a bunch of stuff at the same time. The Broodlords need to be involved. You can't just be retreating. At this point, you got to get in there and get some stuff done. Can you do it? I don't know. More Broodlords coming in. Perhaps he feels like he doesn't need as many Corruptors. And trying to get in there. One of the Broodlords does die. A little bit too close to the Marines with those upgrades. Those Marines are the best anti-air into the game, I would say. It's going to be fully upgraded Marines. A handful of Hydras against like a full page of Stalkers. The Stalkers win that battle pretty fantastically. Vulcan in a lot of trouble right now as well. The Void Rays from Overmind coming in at Frozen Solid's expansion in the top side of the map, and it's going to die. So both teams are losing bases right now. Both teams are losing workers at a pretty precipitous rate, which is not good. for anybody involved in this game. Who's the happiest? Frozen Solid still has an expansion, but Pacquioli still has an expansion. Where the heck has Pacquioli been? He's our Phoenix player, right? He is our Phoenix player. Did he lose all of... No, he didn't lose all of those Phoenix, did he? No, they're here. They are right here, and it is Pacquioli who is our Phoenix player. So pretty good control so far. Again, Corruptor's just wham, one-shotting Phoenix. But they're standing still, and the Corruptors are not dying as quickly as it turns out. Player has exactly 11 Broodlords coming up here. He's just going to go for it. He's just going to go for it and assault things. Throwing down Broodlings on top of pretty much everything here. And again, Broodlings against fully upgraded Marines, not that wonderful. Corruptor's absolutely going to town, but no, now coming in as well. We got the Marine player Apollo on top of this Broodlord army. Vulcan has left the game. Both teams have lost one. Overmind has lost the game, or left the game as well. Player has these Broodlords. He's trying to micro them as best as he can. He only has 3 remaining. The Corruptors have been whittling down those 15 Phoenix remaining on the field. The Stalkers and the Phoenix sacrificing their lives to get rid of these Broodlords. Is it going to be enough? It looks like it might be enough. The final Broodlord is not getting focused on by these Stalkers, but now it is, and now it's out. And now it is out. Void Rays from L mixed in here as well. Stalkers on top. Oh, killing these Corruptors. Corruptors, get out. You don't want to deal with these Stalkers. Not on the ground. Not with +3 attack. You definitely don't at this point. Production tab is pretty quiet for everyone. L is working on air armor level 3. Who's even still in this game? Who's still here? I think Player's still around. Yeah, Player's still around. Vulcan has left. Minyarin has left as well. Pacquioli's still here. Frozen Solid is still here. Apollo. Wait, somebody's left from Team Red. Who was that? Did Apollo leave the game? No. Pacquioli leave the game? No. Frozen Solid? No, it's just the one, right? Just the one. Pacquioli expanding all along this left side as well. Void Rays trying to run around and murder stuff, but the Stalker count is a little bit too high. They're a little bit too fast with Blink, and the lost Void Ray count is increasing quite a bit. Cannon's getting some free shots off here as well. Yes, the Void Rays are taking Stalkers with them, but they're dying. At the same time, standing in and fighting here is not what you want to do, L. Yeah, L's out. That's too many Stalkers. This group is toast. Toast with the most. More Broodlords from Player, though. All right. It's exciting stuff. Trying to kill bases, trying to kill assimilators. I mean, there are 6 Corruptors protecting these 5 Broodlords. Not a great ratio. Actually, trying to kill Broodlings with these Broodlords. They need to be better, I would say, better directed is what I would say here. Blink Stalkers on the low ground versus Broodlords. Not where you want to be, so smartly retreating there. Lings coming up at the same time from Player, killing a lot of these probes for Frozen Solid. Frozen Solid losing workers here. What is Frozen Solid down to? 17 Harvesters. Again, Phoenix want to kill these Broodlords. Can't do it. Not enough Phoenix. The Stalker count is high enough, though, and the upgrades are good enough as well. Stalkers from Pacquioli. This Pacquioli's, yeah, Pacquioli Stalkers and Player's main base wrecking stuff. If I can't kill your Broodlords, I'll kill your main base instead. How does that sound? Apollo trying to murder stuff. L's out. L has left the game. All that's left here is Player. Can Player hold on and win this thing all by his lonesome? He's going to kill Frozen Solid's expansion with these Broodlings. He's going to get it. It's down to 87 hit points, and every strike takes fewer down 2. Boom, base is gone. Broodlings on top of Stalkers as well. You don't want to fight Broodlings. You don't. You need to kill those now, says Frozen Solid. Come kill them. Kill them now. Oh, the Corruptors are turning themselves into Broodlords. Oh, no, that was not a good choice. Cancel. Cancel the thing. You need these Corruptors for stuff. Only one Corruptor is not going to be enough. Okay. Apparently. Okay, so Frozen Solid needs to back out. You can't attack these Okay, I guess if you're killing the final Corruptor, you can afford to lose a few Stalkers there. Now the Phoenix are going to hunt down this final Broodlord army. Team Red looks like they're in control at this point. They're expanding. All the Broodlords for Player are getting murdered extremely quickly here. We do have Broodlings going down on Pacquioli's base, but the Broodlords, with their +2/+1, just not enough. Just not enough. Unfortunately, Stalkers and Adepts going to town against L's Void Rays. It's not L's Void Rays because Player's controlling them, but isn't enough Void Ray to clear this thing out. There are 3 Void Rays remaining, and there are like 9 Stalkers. Yeah, the ratio doesn't add up, and again, the upgrades are really good. Actually, for both players, the upgrades are really good, but that's it. Overmind is out. Frozen Solid, Apollo, Pacquioli, and Minyarin Our victorious player was the last holdout for Team Blue, but Team Red gets it today. Holy smokes, was that player? That was player. 34,900 resources lost for player. Oh, that's a lot. Again, that's pretty much double of anybody else. I mean, teammate L lost 18, which is less than half. Overmind lost 18 as well, and 17 for Vulcan. 23 lost for Frozen Solid. It's a lot of dead Stalker. Pacquioli 17 as well. Apollo 12 and Minurin 7, but again, didn't really make any units to lose, so that makes sense. Woo. Okay, so that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.
Before us, our honor guides us. Me with you, you with me. We are as one. Justice, our duty is unending. I feel your presence. We are as one. Sense of soul, a soul in search of the answers. May the gods watch over you. Kushala Adu. Ascension is before us. Our honor guides us. Me with you, you with me. We are as one. I sense a soul, a soul in search of the answers. May the gods watch over you. Kushala Adu. search of the answers. May the gods watch over you. Kushala Adu. Kalarulas. Paramulas. Aklaranus. Naslaran. Kinalatu. Casar di Templare. Undaramanaka. Oshara Sashina.